The former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has delivered bad news that has finished William Ruto completely. Welcome to Kenya Lens Media, where you get news updates as they break, and remember to subscribe to our news channel. Now, the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has made a fresh and explosive claim against President William Ruto, accusing him of secretly working to weaken and divide the Orange Democratic Movement, Kenya's largest opposition party. Speaking during a church service in Gatundu South, Kiambu County on January 11, Gashagua alleged that the president had instructed senior cabinet members drawn from ODM strongholds to destabilize the party from within. The claims, delivered in public and politically charged setting, have intensified the debate over power struggles, party loyalty, and future of the opposition politics in Kenya. According to Gashagua, President Ruto sent Mining Cabinet Secretary Hassan Joho and the Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya to demand top leadership positions within ODM. He alleged that when these demands were rejected, they were advised to form a separate political parties in their respective regions. The moves he described as deliberate attempt to fracture ODM's national support base. Gachagua further claimed that the ultimate goal of the plan was to reduce ODM into a regional party dominated by the Luo community, stripping it of its multi-ethnic identity and a national reach. These allegations with President Ruto has not publicly responded to come at a time when ODM is already grappling with the internal disagreements following its loss in the 2022 general election. They have added a new layer of tension to Kenya's already polarized political environment. Gashagua's remarks matter because ODM has been one of the Kenya's most influential political parties for over 2 decades. Founded in 2005 and led by veteran opposition leader Raila Odinga, the party has played a central role in shaping national debates on governance, constitutional reforms, and electoral justice. Any serious split within ODM could reshape the balance of power in parliament and at the grassroots ahead of the future elections. Political analysts know that the accusations of the state interference in opposition parties, whether proven or not, can undermine public trust in democratic competition. And Kenya's political history shows that divisions within major parties often lead to realignments with long-term consequences. According to the BBC, party fragmentation has repeatedly influenced election outcomes in Kenya, especially when regional leaders break away to form new political vehicles. In Gatundu South, Gashagua claimed that the alleged plan focused on ODM's traditional power bases. The coastal region, where Hassan Joho commands significant influence, has been a reliable ODM stronghold since the party's early years, and Western Kenya, associated with Wycliffe Oparanya, has also played a key role in ODM's electoral strength. Gachagua argued that by encouraging powerful regional figures to either take over ODM leadership or leave and form new parties, the ruling establishment hoped to weaken ODM's national character, and such a strategy, if real, could follow a familiar pattern in Kenya's politics, where regional parties often emerge from internal disputes and later align with larger coalitions. Reuters has previously reported that Kenyan politics is heavily shaped by ethnic and regional alliances, and that internal party disputes often lead to splinter groups ahead of elections. Gashagua's claims fit into this broader pattern, even as they raise serious questions about the role of the presidency in party politics. Notably, Gachagua used the same platform to distance former President Uhuru Kenyatta from the current infighting within ODM. He urged ODM supporters to stop blaming Kenyatta for Raila Odinga's defeat in the 2022 presidential election, and warned against what he described as attempt to turn ODM members against the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. According to Gashagua, Kenyatta made a genuine effort to support Raila candidacy, but voter turnout in ODM strongholds fell short. He accused unnamed actors of using ODM supporters to attack Kenyatta as part of broader political scheme. These remarks align with public statements by several ODM leaders who have defended Kenyatta's role in the 2022 election. ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifunas previously stated that internal mismanagement, including disputes over payment to party agents, contributed to Raila's loss rather than any deliberate betrayal by Kenyatta. And since the 2022 general election, ODM has faced growing internal pressure. Some party members have questioned its leadership structure, while others have called for reforms to address campaign financing, grassroots mobilization, and internal democracy. Tensions became more visible during Raila Odinga's widely publicized birthday event in Mombasa, where coastal leaders openly demanded that Hassan Joho be named ODM party leader. They argued that Joho had remained loyal to Raila for years and that the coast region deserved greater recognition within the party. Some leaders warned that failure to address their concerns could push them to chart a separate political path. Calls for the National Delegates Convention (NDC) to resolve these disputes have grown louder. According to Al Jazeera, Kenyan opposition parties often rely on such conventions to manage internal conflicts, though outcomes are not always accepted by all factions. Gashagua's latest remarks also reflect his changing political position, leaving office as a deputy president, now leading the Democracy for Citizens Party (DCP). He has increasingly positioned himself as a critic of President William Ruto, while seeking alliances across the opposition divide. At the Gatundu Church service, Gashagua praised Uhuru Kenyatta. At the Gatundu Church service, Gashagua praised Uhuru Kenyatta and wished him peaceful retirement while leaving the door open for political consultation. He suggested that if opposition needed guidance, Kenyatta could be called upon to offer support. This careful balancing act signals Gashagua's effort to present himself as both unifying figure and sharp critic of the current administration. Claims of state-backed interference in opposition parties are not new in Kenya. Human Rights Watch has previously warned that political pressure, co-optation of opposition figures, and misuse of state power can weaken democratic competition and limit genuine political choice. Kenya's constitution guarantees freedom of association and the right to form and operate political parties without undue interference. The Political Parties Act also sets clear boundaries between the state and party affairs. If allegations like those raised by Gashagua gain traction within transparent investigation, they risk deepening mistrust in these legal safeguards. Regarding Gashagua's accusations against President William Ruto have injected fresh uncertainty into Kenya's political landscape. Whether or not his claims are substantiated, they highlight real tensions within ODM and raise broader questions about the health of multi-party democracy in the country. For ODM, the challenge lies in the managing internal disagreements while losing its national character. For the government, the moment calls for a restraint and transparency to avoid perceptions of interference. And for Kenyan voters, the unfolding debate is a reminder that political competition does not end at the ballot box. It continues in how parties are treated, how leaders are held accountable, and how power is exercised. As Kenya looks ahead to future elections, the controversy underscores why strong institutions, clear laws, and informed public debate remain essential. The way these allegations are addressed may shape not only the fate of ODM, but also public confidence in Kenya's democratic system. That is all for today from me at Kenya Lens Media, and if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our videos.